If you want to keep a lot of chickens in a small area and still provide them with comfort, safety and health, then this is the best coop to make. In this video, we are going to take a step-by-step approach on how to make this cage, and even if you don't have any experience in carpentry, just like me, you can still make it. All you need is wood, hammer, nails, saw blade, and maybe a drill. That's all we need to get the job done. My name is Henry Osubuache, and welcome to Hope's Ranch. Okay guys, welcome to my screen. So we are going to be making a replica of this a replica of my cage. Before we continue, if you are interested in raising healthy and happy turkeys, guinea fowls or chickens, then join this channel as we explore important tips on how to raise your poultry. So first of all, you would need a wood that has a height of 6.25 feet. I'm going to be using a 2x2 wood. So the height is 6.25 feet. Yeah, you need two of these. So you put everything on the floor like this, and then you work at it. All right, good. So you get something like this at the end. All right, let's raise it up. So you get something like this, what's shown on the screen. Good. So this is our front end. Let me move it. So this is the front end of the coop, and this is the back. So you get two of these as shown in the screen. However, the back end, the one that will go behind, the back part of the coop height won't be 6.25, but rather it will be 6 feet. So you make this part 6 feet. Here's what I mean. The length of this, the height is 6.25 feet, but you need to make it 6 feet. So okay guys, this is what I mean. So as you can see, the front height is taller than the back. It has to be to get this slope. To get this slope, you need to do it that way. You need to make the front pillar taller than the back one. So it should look like this as you see on the screen. At this point, the next step is to get your inner parts. By the inner parts, I mean this. You get these ones. These ones. So depending on the width you want, I use the width of 2 feet. because of my mesh, I didn't have a lot of mesh, so I needed to use a weight of 2 feet. Okay, so 2 by 2. So you connect it like this, and at this point it should look like this as you see on the screen. We also need to make the inner part, the flooring. To do that, you would have to reduce the size so that the wood can fit between the length woods. This is what I mean. Let's make this one. Okay, okay, okay. So afterwards your case should start looking nice. So you get something like this, and it should look like as you see on the screen. Yeah, so it should look like this as you see on the screen. So first, let's recall a little. First, you get this part done, you put this on the floor and get it done, and you get the outer parts to this part. Afterwards, you get your inner parts. First, hit the four corners. When you do that, it becomes easy to hold. Let someone help you at this point. The person holds one side, and you nail the inner parts. Afterwards, you can nail the outer and then put these ones in it. Good. Okay, the next thing you can do at this point is to put your mesh. So you can mesh the inner part. Now you can mesh it up, the rest. So now all the coops is meshed. As you can see on the screen, I've meshed everything just like you see here. So when you look at this picture, I've meshed the coop. Good. The next part is to get your collector. The collector, it collects the manure. The collector is where the manure falls when your chicken poop. So you can use, okay, I'm gonna use a 1 by 2 to build a collector. The collector has to be 6 feet tall, 6 feet, 6 feet in length. Oh, I should have told you this. Please, you actually need to make this when you are making this. this. All right. This is what I mean. You need to make this part of the collector when you are hitting the wood. When you are hitting the length with the wood, hit this one too. It makes it easy so you don't have to come back and struggle to put it there. So when you are doing this, hit these two. Get your collector and hit it at those parts too. Make sure to hit the one behind also. So when you put the inner part there, you do the same for the collector. However, with the collector, the inner part is Just three. The inner part is just three. So this part will serve as the collector. When you have your collector this way, all you have to do is slide a board under it. So whilst your chickens are here, they poop and the poop falls here. It wouldn't fall on those under it. It falls here. The collector takes it. That's why I call it the collector. Making a structure like this can hold the manure. All you have to do is slide it out when it's full. A very easy and convenient way. The next thing you need to do is to make the door frames. Alright guys, this is how you get your door frames done. So at this point it should be looking somewhat like what you see on the screen. At this point you also need to make the actual door. Making the door is easy. So yeah, after everything your cage should have the doors like this. You can choose to mesh. Can choose to mesh. After meshing, your cage should look something like this whilst on the screen. It's looking great, but we are not done. The next thing to do would be to make the roof. Roofing is very simple. One thing is you can actually make the roof before putting the roof on top of the cage. So after making the roof like I've done here, then you carry it and you put it on top of the cage before you start covering. But for the sake of this illustration, I'm going to put the roof on top of the cage like we have here. So your roofing can be like this. So this is how my roof was, but I made this on the ground before taking it up here. So I took the measurements, made everything on the ground, sent it on top of the coop and nailed it on the coop. So this is how it looks like. Afterwards you can then cover your roof. I always like to use materials that aren't needed. So when you look in this picture, you see these materials I've used on my cage. They were disposed by people. I just go for them and I make good use of them. So that's what I use to cover my rooftop. Okay, what do we use? Let's use something nice. Yeah, I think this is okay. Cover our cage with this. Pull it a little bit up. Give it some thickness. All right, this is fine. So this is the top of our roof, but we are not done. We need to also cover every part. So at this point, I'll leave you to use what material you have. I like you to use this material. What you see on the screen is something that those who repair TV dispose. They usually throw that away. So I go for them in bundles, and then I use them to make my cage. I use them to also make my collector. I make a wood, and I use this material you see to cover the wood top, and it becomes a collector where the poop goes. It really helps me a lot. If you have access to those materials, you can also try and use them. It's very helpful. So I'm going to be covering our cage with this. Yes, so we are all set. So this is how you get it done. I know using a computer to build this is very easy. However, when you're doing it in real life, it's really time consuming. It will really take your time. You might have to go and come back. You may need to use a week to build the whole thing. So this is how you get it done. This is how you build a cage like this. Let me show you what's in real life. Yeah, so as you can see, this is how it looks like in real life. It has 4 chambers, and it has a collector like you see. Okay guys, that'll be all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you now have a fair idea on how to make one. If you would want to make one like this, you have a fair idea. Thank you very much for watching guys. I really appreciate you staying up until this time. Please help the channel by liking this video, and if you have any question, you can put it in the comment section. All the best in building your coop. See you on the next video. Bye.